Hello students, welcome again in our today's video lesson. In the last video lesson of online classes we have discussed about the Rutherford atomic model. We'll see now the Bohr's atomic model, atomic mass and also the mass number, isotopes, concept of isotope. Okay, so here we'll see first Bohr's atomic model. Bohr's atomic model. So when Niels Bohr gave his atomic model on the basis of Rutherford atomic model, since Rutherford was not able to show the stability of electrons in the shells, Niels Bohr made it possible, and he said that how electrons revolve around the nucleus. So he said that in the nucleus protons and neutrons exist together and electrons are revolving around the nucleus in fixed path. These fixed paths are called orbits, and he gave these orbits name as K, L, M and N, etc. Okay. And the number of electrons in each shell is fixed. More than that, therefore is not possible to adjust. And these are called energy level, or sometimes we also call cells. So we have seen these things in our previous classes. Now, according what are the features of this Niels Bohr's atomic model? Niels Bohr said that atoms is the smallest particle of matter, which comprises the fundamental and subatomic particles called electrons, protons and neutrons. Most of the part of an atom is empty, and the structure of atom is classified into nucleus and extra part, nuclear part. Nucleus is dense, positively charged, centrally located in the atoms, which is called nucleon also. And electrons revolve around the nucleus in the fixed path, that are called shells or orbit or energy level. Extranuclear part comprises orbit or shells, which are imaginary path on which this electron revolves. Each orbit is associated with fixed number of energy, that is the smallest the shell nearest to the nucleus is 1, and the further is the as it goes away from the nucleus. The number of electrons present in an atom is equal to number of protons. Ultimately, an atom is electrically neutral. The number of protons in the atom helps to identification of an element. So it is called unique number, that is number of proton. An atom of an element is represented by its atomic number and mass number. Gain or loss electron result in the formation of ions, and cations means which loss electron, and anions means which gains electrons, called anions. Okay. Now next is the atomic number, that we have to see here mainly from today's video, because we have seen in the last class also. Okay. So here we will see atomic number. Atomic number. So what are atomic number? Atomic number means is equal to number of protons equals to number of electrons. Okay. So number of protons in an atom is equal to number of electrons. That's why electrically neutral. It's called atomic number. Atomic number is represented by letter Z. It is represented by letter Z. Okay. So we can say Z equals to P plus is equal to E minus. Okay. This is called atomic number. So if an element having atomic number 1, that means number of proton is also 1 and number of electron is also number 1. Suppose atomic, next is the mass number. Mass number. Mass number means number of proton plus number of neutrons. Number of protons, because as we have seen that total mass of an atom concentrated at its center in its nucleus. So number of proton plus number of neutrons gives the total mass of an atom. So it is called mass number. So it is represented by letter A, and we know that number of proton is also called atomic number. So it is, we can write here atomic number plus number of neutrons. Okay, so A equals to, we can write Z plus number of neutron. Therefore we can say number of neutron is equal to A minus Z, means atomic mass number minus atomic number also gives the atomic number of neutron. For example, if you take an example, you can take also. Suppose the atomic number of carbon is 6, whereas its mass number is 12. So here number of neutron is equal to 12 minus 6, that is equal to 6. So in this way, this lower portion, the left hand side of the lower portion is represent the atomic number, and the left hand side at the top it represent the mass number. So the mass number of carbon is 12, whereas atomic number is 6. So you will get from this 12 minus 6 is 6. This is the number of neutron, and this number of neutron, as we have already seen, that number of neutron is quite double that of the number of proton, or more than that, but not less than that. Okay, so this is the atomic number and about the mass number. Next is isotopes. Isotopes. What are isotopes? Elements having same atomic number but different mass number is called an isotope. Suppose if I write about hydrogen, if the atomic number is 1, if we take the mass number 1, we can take hydrogen atomic number 1, mass number 2. If we take hydrogen 1, atomic mass number 3. So what is we see here? The number of neutron varies. So number of neutron here is 1 minus 1 equals to 0. So here number of neutron is 2 minus 1 equals to 1. So here number of neutron is 3 minus 1 is 2. So what we see here, all these atoms of hydrogen is having one atomic number, but they are having different mass number. So these three are called isotopes of hydrogen. Okay, these are called isotopes of hydrogen, and they are having the same different numbers also. So first one is called protium. It is called protium. Second one is called deuterium. Okay, it is called deuterium. is spelling is deuterium. Okay, deuterium, and second and third one is tritium. Tritium. Okay, so this is called tritium. So these are the three isotopes of hydrogen, same atomic number but different mass number. Okay, so many other elements are also having some isotopes, like carbon is having 60 isotopes, oxygen having 3 isotopes, chlorine is having 2 isotopes. So due to the discovery of after the discovery of subatomic particles, that is called on the basis of this electron, protons and neutrons, we have seen that what the John Dalton has said, that atoms are indivisible, it was proved incorrect. And Dalton has also said that atoms of same elements are same. But what we see here, atoms of same element are not same. They varies in their mass. Okay. So after the invention of these isotopes, that postulate of Dalton was also proved incorrect. So ultimately, Dalton's atomic theory was discovered after the discovery of these isotopes and the subatomic particles, that electron, proton and neutron. Okay. Next is the atomic mass. What is atomic mass? Atomic mass. What is atomic mass? Atomic mass, it is the mass of an atom of an element which is equal to 1/12, which is equal to 1/12 of the mass of an atom of carbon 60. Okay, or we can say carbon 12 also. We can say carbon 12 like this. Okay, so whatever the mass of one atom of carbon 12 is 1/12, its mass 1/12 of the mass of this carbon atom is called the atomic mass of an element. Okay, so mass of an atom of an element is measured in a unit that is called A.M.U, that is called atomic mass unit. It is called atomic mass unit. Okay, so if the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, that is, if a hydrogen having atomic mass 1, then we write 1 AMU like this. Okay, if oxygen is having atomic mass 6 or 12, sorry, no, it's 16, so it is 16 AMU. So somewhat you can say the atomic mass and the mass number are almost same. Atomic mass and mass number are almost same in case of in most of the cases, but in some cases it is different. Suppose if you take chlorine, its atomic number is 17, one of its atomic mass is 35, and another chlorine isotope is 17 and it is 37. So if you calculate the atomic mass, what we'll see, 35 plus 37 by 2, so we will get 2, 670, 3 plus 3, is 72 by 2, it is equal 36, or approximately 36 or 35.5 also it is taken, 35.5, almost same. Okay, it is comes 36, but actually it is 35.5, so almost double or the same. Okay, or the same or just slightly more than that. So this is the about atomic mass and the isotopes, atomic number and mass number, and the relation between them. Okay, students, hope all of you have understood these things. The next video class I will and the online class in the last online class I have explained you about the electronic configurations. I hope you have understood all of you. So in the next video lesson I will try to show you the electronic configuration once again. So I hope all of you have understood this. In the next video class we'll continue with this chapter, electronic configuration. Thank you students very much. See you again in your next video class and online class. Thank you very much.